Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. We're passionate about helping people with business and accounting. In today's video, I want to talk about the economic injury disaster loan and a quick update on that, as well as how to track it in QuickBooks Online. So if you're interested, keep on watching. So the most important thing you guys need to know is that the portal is open. So you can go and apply for your EIDL loan, and I'm gonna put the link in the description bar below, so check that out if you are interested in applying for this loan. You can also be considered for the advance when you apply for the loan. If you're planning to apply for the loan, do it ASAP. Money will run out and the portal will probably close again here pretty soon. So unlike the PPP loan where there was a lot of money, the EIDL loan has a lot less money allocated to it. So if you want this money, you need to go and apply as quickly as possible. So a quick rundown on the EIDL loan. There are different tiers of amounts. I'm gonna focus on everyone who is going to receive less than $25,000. So if you're gonna apply for the loan and you're gonna receive less than $25,000, then you do not need to provide collateral or guarantee the loan. The next tier is for loans up to $250,000. There's no guarantee, but there will be collateral on the loan. The last tier is up to $2 million, where you will have to have both collateral and guarantee the loan. So the loan terms are up to 30 years, which no one should have an EIDL loan for 30 years, in my opinion. You would want to pay that back as soon as possible because it's still debt to the business. But anyways, 30 years is what the loan terms are at a 3.75% interest rate. It is deferred for 12 months and there are no prepayment penalties. Now, I don't want to go into too much detail on what you can and cannot spend the loans on. I have a whole video dedicated to that. Check out episode 23, how to spend EIDL funds. The summary of that entire video is basically you can spend the funds on operating expenses. So if it's a normal day-to-day expense that you would incur on your business, then you can spend the EIDL funds for that. So now let's head over to QuickBooks and start accounting for these transactions. The first thing we want to do is go in and create our accounts. So the first account I want to create is our EIDL checking account. So we want to go into our chart of accounts, select new. The account type will be bank, the detail type checking, and then we're going to create the EIDL advance, and it's going to be a sub account to our checking account. And the reason why we want to do it that way is because when we're reconciling our checking account, we'll still be able to perform our monthly account reconciliations. The next account we want to create is the loan account. So we want to go under the account type, it's going to be bank. The detail type is going to be checking. The name will be EIDL loan. And then we want that to be a sub account to our operating account, which is our regular checking account. So I'm going to link that. And now we have our two accounts. Now we want to create our liability account. So for the EIDL loan, I'm going to classify it under long-term liability. And the reason is because this loan has a 30-year term associated with it. And so with that amount of time, that for me has to go under long-term liability. And then the detail type will be notes payable. And the name will be EIDL loan. Save and close. So now let's go ahead and do the deposit. We're going to do the deposit for the EIDL loan. I'm just going to leave today's date. And then received from will be the SBA. And since that account currently does not exist in this sample company, I'm just going to go ahead and add it really quickly by clicking on that plus sign and then typing in small business administration. The customer, the type will be vendor. and then just save. And then this account will be the idle loan account. And then we want to put in the description deposit of loan funds. And then we want our loan amount, and that's going to be $30,000. And then we're going to go ahead and save this deposit, exit out. And now you can see here that our idle loan bank account balance is $30,000 and our loan is $30,000. All right, so now let's go ahead and add some expenses to this loan. So under payee, I'm just gonna select the telephone company. Account, I'm gonna select our loan account. And then the category will be the telephone. And the amount will be $300. And the description, let's go ahead and put in the June bill. So now if we pull up this register, we can see that the $30,000 was reduced by $300. And now we can go in and do another one. Let's go ahead and select a hardware store. And we're gonna again select the checking account as the idle loan. And then I'm just gonna give this another date. I'm gonna select tomorrow. And then I'm gonna code it to job materials. And it's gonna be sprinklers. We purchased sprinklers and the amount is $215.66. Save and close. And now it's further reduced our loan balance. One last time, let's go ahead and select a lumber store. The category will be more material, and then the amount will be $5,000. And now we've further reduced our loan to $24,484.34. So now let's pull a report just to see what this looks like. So if you in the search bar select transaction detail by account, we're going to customize this report. We want our period to be all dates, our accounting method to be cash, and then we want to change our rows and columns. We want to customize this and remove the split amount and number. And then we're going to add our debit and credit. And then under distribution account, we're going to select our idle loan account. And now this report will give us all of our transactions as well as our deposit. And then we can just rename this to idle tracking. And you want to save this report. That way you can refer to it whenever you need. So if you go up here and you click Save Customization, and then you just select Save, it's going to save it under your custom reports. So to get to custom reports, you want to select Reports, Custom, and then you can run this idle tracking report. Now there are different ways to track the idle advance funds. That's a little tricky because it's a grant and you don't have to pay it back. It is free money that was given from the SBA regardless of if you got a idle loan or not. There are different ways to be able to track this. So you can either create an account in other income and put it in there. Or two, you can put it in current liabilities and then do a journal entry at the end of the year and credit the P&L, which is my preferred way of doing it. So I'm going to show you how to do it that way, and I'm going to show you why in just a minute. So let's head over to QuickBooks and track the advance. All right, so go to New, Bank Deposit. Received from will be from the Small Business Administration. Our account is going to be our liability account. So we want to select the EIDL advance. Our description is going to be the deposit of funds. Save and close. And make sure you select the advance as your checking. That way the balance will show up. All right, so we have our $5,000 advance. Now we got to spend some money, so we're going to go to New Expense. And then we're going to pay some insurance. So let's select an insurance company. It's going to come out of our advance amount. And it's going to be our workers' comp insurance. It's going to be our annual renewal. And it's going to be $5,000. Save and close. All right, so in our register, we've spent all our money. So we got $5,000 from the SBA. We used it to pay our insurance. And if you can see here, our advance in the loan section, it's still $5,000. There's nothing on this register. What we want to do is we want to move these funds and have it hit our P&L, because the $5,000 grant money was given to us, therefore we can't expense it to the business. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a contra account and we're going to credit the P&L by using an expense account. That's a lot of accounting lingo. Trust me, it's just crediting your balance sheet. So we're going to go to add a journal entry here within the chart of accounts. And we're going to select our payee to be the SBA. We're going to decrease the account by $5,000, and it's going to hit a new account. So I need to create this account. So if you go to add new, so you want to select other miscellaneous expenses under detail type. Under name, you can really call it whatever you'd like. I'm going to call it COVID-19 Relief Fund. That way it's very specific to what's been happening and what's happened during this time. And then save and close. And now when we go into our reports and we pull a P&L, and if we scroll all the way to the bottom under other expenses, you can see it's here, COVID-19 Relief Fund, and it's a negative $5,000. So it's canceling out this $5,000 workers' comp. And that way your P&L stays true. You can track all of your expenses when you're doing your budget for next year. Your numbers aren't going to be skewed. So if we were to go in and credit the workers' comp account to where it's showing as zero, then that's truly not what you spent in 2020 for workers' comp. And so by doing it this way, by being very specific, then we're able to track how much money we have to credit back for tax purposes, because we won't be able to write off the expenses that we use with the PPP forgiveness money and the EIDL advance. And so one thing I don't think I did that I need to go back and fix is I did this journal entry as of 6/16. You can do it as soon as you spend all of your funds, or you can wait till the end of the year and do it as of 12/31. That's completely up to you and your accountant, whoever's going to be preparing your taxes. Now, as far as reporting, you can do the exact same thing like I showed you with the loan. You can go back in and create a report that will show all of the transactions as well as the balance. You can also go to your chart of accounts by going to accounting, chart of accounts, and then selecting the bank account. And you can click on that and you can see your balance that way. So I'm curious to know, what are you guys struggling with when it comes to QuickBooks Online? Leave your comment down below and just share what are your biggest struggles, especially when it comes to the PPP or EIDL tracking. So yeah, leave it down below. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, share it with a friend, check out our other 2 videos that are about to pop up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.